Hello, it's day 9 for my life, Journey to Life blog vlog series. What I wrote about last night was about relationships and how within relationships you create cycles of energy polarity playouts. And the one I was speaking of and I wrote about last night was desire and need within a relationship, and then the polarity playout of that is jealousy. So how I've always existed within a relationship, and this is pretty much within all points in my world. I've always existed within ego, and through my ego I've always desired to be the best. And with people, this is what I searched for, was the energy from them to give me good feelings and energy within myself that I am the best. I'm good here, and within that it creates needs and desires that, say for instance, I go into a relationship with a guy, and within the relationship the whole time it's just a play off of trying to gain energy, trying to gain good feelings from the other, so you can continue this point of ego within, well, I can continue this point of ego within myself of wanting to be seen as the best and wanting this validated from the people that I'm around, and especially from the guy I'm with. And within this play out of need and needing someone there always to validate this point within myself, so I can gain nice feelings for myself, while the other says all the sweet things and does all the nice moves and all those relationship type deals. And it's always from a point of need from ourselves. This plays back and forth with the person you're with as they're playing the same game. They have, wants and needs within their play out what they're doing. So we each play off each other through our egos, playing off our egos. And through these, through getting close to someone and, existing within this relationship of gaining good feelings, gaining great energy from them, getting that nice feeling with another because they validate that within you. You continually compromise yourself because you want to keep that relationship, so you'll go and give the good feelings back, even though it's just based on, I realized it was just based on me wanting to please them and, do all the things you're supposed to do as a girlfriend. But it wasn't ever from a point of self-expression or equality with the person. It was just based on wanting my ego validated, wanting my good feelings within the relationship, getting what I wanted out of the relationship. So, using the relationship to get those points within myself, to get my desires met. And within this, so this built over time a need for that person in my life, because, you get addicted to the energy that's constantly flowing from these people, or from the person you're with. And then you get addicted to it. And you get, I could see myself going into like possession points with people, and you know, getting, if anyone would look at him or a girl would talk to him, I get very jealous, and I wouldn't necessarily speak it out loud and, and confront him about it, but within myself I get really pissed off and jealous and have all sorts of back chat of nastiness towards him and towards the person that, even if it was just a random conversation, with a girl that's pretty or something, that would set me off. So seeing this point of possession once you get addicted to that person you're with, it's all playing out within all the relationships I've had. And this also is the same with friends. I mean, if you look self-honesty, why you're with someone, is it based on just, equality, seeing yourself as the other and doing, the best for each other, like just being here in physical reality and not participating based on feelings, based on trying to get something from them, but just based on being here, expressing ourselves. There's definitely a difference, and I haven't reached that point within my process yet, so I can't really articulate it that great, but it's basically just a point of equality within the physical, living as the physical with another in practicality and not going into thoughts, emotions, feelings, and living off of, energy playouts as polarities, like love, hate, going back and forth, and living from desires and trying to get your ego validated. All those points play out in relationships. So you can check out some interviews on Desteni.org or eqafe, and specifically on agreements. That's kind of a new form of relationships that is being walked in the Desteni process. There's actually a new course out for people that are walking agreements or want to learn about it. So there's definitely outlets and assistance out there to help you understand this point better. But anyway, so within this point of possession that, is bred or is manifested through the point of desiring this person and kind of falling into this addiction of them and being possessed by them, and possessing myself by the relationship, by the feelings I'm getting out of the relationship, by the constant validation and, good vibes, so to speak, from them. It's not a cool point, because then when anything comes to, that's opposite of, or based on this possession point of being possessed by the person, any point that comes that kind of challenges me within energy, getting energy from this guy, like, I don't know, yeah, like pretty much say another girl came in the picture or something, I would go into jealousy and try to diminish her any way I could. I've seen this with also, like, just people I'm in competition with, and even Desteni, or, sports teams. Obviously I'm working with this point and I'm not accepting or allowing it to direct me, but it does come up, and I see, like, that I go into points of trying to diminish the person through just kind of evil acts, like deliberately trying to, like, manipulate the person to not succeed or whatever. Like trying to keep them down so I can be seen as better than that person. So the person that I'm trying to gain the attention from will see me as better based on this other person matching up to me, not being able to match up to me being better. So it's a whole messed up, crazy, abusive way of living. It's not living, it's just diminishing self here, sabotaging myself and trying to sabotage others to keep this energy as good feelings constantly flowing in my life. When, as I've done blogs in the past and videos, energy doesn't last, it always runs out, so it is not real. It can't be real. So I'm going to walk some self-forgiveness on this tonight. I haven't walked it yet, so I pretty much just wrote out a blog about these points, and it's not a way I want to be. It does not honor life being in this pattern of desires and relationship needs and going into jealousy as a polarity play out of these desires. And it's based on feelings, trying to get good feelings for myself, trying to make myself look and be seen as the best based on my ideas of the person I'm with and, you know, what I can get out of it. So stopping this point of ego, stopping, these desires and needs, stopping all points of jealousy and sabotaging any being in this world, as that's not cool, not what I would want for myself. So it's really unacceptable to be in that way. So pretty much the same points I've been walking through the previous vlogs and blogs is writing out the points, stopping the thoughts as they come up, doing self-forgiveness when you see patterns come up, and points that you can do self-forgiveness on that keep reoccurring, and being observant of who you are within your thoughts in your daily life, and seeing where you diminish people, and in your back chat where you're being jealous, say for instance, or desiring a certain person to see you and like you because you desire to be with them. And then once you get them, you get hooked into the relationship play out. And that whole cycle starts. And usually it takes a long time to get out of it, unless you're standing one and equal in an agreement type situation where you live from practicality, from a base of equality with the person, and stopping, walking this process of stopping our minds with a being in self-support and support for them. So it's kind of a cool point within process to investigate for yourself agreements and see what the differences between regular relationships and what is known as agreements in the Desteni process. So I'm stopping my points of desire for other people. I'm stopping my possession points of needing people, and stopping all points of jealousy in all forms, as it's absolutely unacceptable. It only creates conflict and abuse towards others and to yourself, because you're only diminishing yourself. I'm only diminishing myself when I have these thoughts. So stopping these thoughts and standing equal within, using breath as assistance, as a support, and walking with people one and equal, not accepting myself to go into these thoughts, and just living here within the physical, pushing myself to interact with all people, even if I have these thoughts towards them. And if I do, go right into the point and stop it immediately. as it's unacceptable, really. Alright, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.